update that we're tracking from Karnataka now, where the cabinet is likely to pass a hate speech bill tabled in the upcoming winter session. The draft defines a hate crime as an act of harming, inciting harm, or promoting hatred based on prejudice towards any person's religion, race, caste, sex, gender, sexual orientation, language, or disability. Under the proposed provisions, those found guilty of committing a hate crime will face severe punishment, including imprisonment for a term that may extend up to 3 years or a fine of 5,000 rupees or both. My colleague Harish is joining us with more on this. Harish, there has been some consternation as far as this hate speech bill is concerned. There have been concerns, of course, that, any kind of criticism, even against the government, for example, or government leaders, officials, parties, people, can all now be used by the government or the police.
Absolutely. In fact, even activists from civil society had expressed concern that the definition of hate crime itself can lead to a lot of scope for misuse by authorities. Now the government trying to narrow that particular definition and saying that a hate crime would be an act of harming or inciting harm or promoting hatred based on prejudice towards any person's religion, race, caste, sex or gender. And there is also a caveat, or at least a rider of sort that has been put in this bill. There are exemptions provided for artistic creativity, performance, academic and scientific inquiry is what this bill says. It also says fair and journalistic reporting will also be not constituted as inciting or causing harm. We'll have to see what will be the final contours of the bill. Remember, it will be most likely passed in this ongoing cabinet session, cabinet meeting, and probably next week or a week after that, when the Karnataka legislature meets in Belgavi for the winter session, this could be tabled. Then we can see some sort of opposition that could come in from the BJP, because there has been a fear that the Congress government could use this bill to try and muzzle the right-wing groups in the state, especially on what they post on social media.
Yes, and that has been a concern, particularly in a state like Karnataka, because there have been some past examples, not just in Karnataka, but other states as well, where existing provisions are used against social media users. What is the justification that the Congress government in Karnataka is giving for bringing up such a law? Why is it that existing provisions are not enough?
The Congress government claims that the issue of false information or misinformation has really led to several crimes. In fact, they are saying that at least a few riots that have taken place or unrest that has taken place in large parts of Karnataka in the recent past has emerged from some of the false or false news that has been put out or posts that are inciting in nature. And that's why there needs to be a separate bill that can perhaps have a much wider definition on what constitutes as hate speech, and that could be used here. That's been the argument. At the same time, the Congress government saying that if the BJP does not indulge in hate speech, or if the larger right-wing groups do not indulge in hate speech, they have nothing to worry. It's only the ones who indulge in hate speech should worry about this bill. But we'll have to see what will be eventually passed in this cabinet, and if the BJP can push the government to make any amendments to that bill when this gets discussed on the floor of the House.
Right. Harish, thanks a lot for joining us.